All right, guys, this is a word problem. They've given us, they said that Josie has $2.30 in dimes and quarters. She has 2 more dimes and quarters. Which equation below can be used to determine X, the number of quarters she has? Now, one of the things I've seen is that when it comes to questions with money, we struggle because a lot of the students aren't really comfortable with with dimes, quarters, nickels, all of that. So one of the things I'm going to do is I am going to solve each one of these equations, and then I'm going to look to see if the domain or the X value makes sense, right? So X stands for the number of quarters, right? So all I'm going to do is I'm going to use menu 32 because these are all linear equations. We only have one. And then I'm just going to enter 0.35 cents times 2x plus 2, close the parentheses, equals $2.30. And then I press enter, and look, I get this 2.2857. Now, you can't have that for quarters. That doesn't make sense. You can't have a 0.2857 of a quarter. So I can eliminate that one because the domain doesn't make sense in that case. So now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do menu 32 one more time, or at least one more time. Press enter, and then I'm going to put in 25 cents times x plus 2. And then I'm going to put plus 10 cents x equals 230. And then I press enter, and again I get this 5.14. So this means that x can't be 5.14. You can't have a 0.14 of a quarter, right? So I'm crossing that one off. Now I'm going to do, I'm going to check the last two and see which one makes sense. Hopefully one of them, at least one of them will. So this will be 0.25 times x plus 0.1 times x plus 2. Close the parentheses is equal to 230. And then I press enter, and it says 6. So it says the number of quarters is 6. Now we're going to check this in a second. I just want to do one more. And in this case, I'm just going to copy this because the only difference between the two equations is one has a plus 2, the other one has a minus. So I'm just going to come in here and make this a minus. And then I'm going to press enter. And again, I know that number 3 is the answer because, again, I have a decimal for the number of quarters, and that's not possible. So the only one that makes sense. So like, even if you're not able to come up with the correct equations, you can still eliminate answer choices and maybe back into the answer, which is what I did here. So the answer for this one is number 3. I'm not going to try to do it algebraically. I think that if you can do this, this is wonderful. So I'm going to stop and I'm going to post this.